Hello. Is this any better? Yeah, I had to Google I had to Google Streamlabs taking up CPU because it was taking up like a big chunk of my CPU. And that took me to the Streamlabs like forum, and they're like, yeah, you need to adjust your encoder settings to like lower ones. So hopefully the quality is the same, but well, not the same, but not too low. And hopefully this change should stop any like future instances. Anyway, obviously because my audio was cutting in and out and stuttering earlier, I was talking about how I'm actually surprised with the grades that I got for my for my poetry assignments, because it's essentially an A, B-ish kind of grade. But I was expecting to get like a D, because I was meant to hand in that assignment back in January time. And unless you fill out like a special form saying why you won't be handing it in on time, they cap you at a D. So they cap you at a passing grade. But I don't know, maybe it's because of coronavirus that they haven't capped me. Who knows? All I know is that I have not been capped, and thus I'm a happy bee. Anyway, I also had kimchi jjigae for dinner yesterday and for breakfast today. It's spicy. I'm not good with spice, so my lips were like tingling, and I was like coughing every now and again. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't click my finger near to the mic. I was actually surprised because I normally don't like tofu because it normally tastes really bland to me. Like it tastes like eating paper. When I put it into my kimchi jjigae, I actually put it in like whilst cooking it instead of putting it in at the end, so it soaked up all the flavors. Anyway, I think there's been enough of a delay. So let's get to seducing Brian the bear. Like fuck, wrong way. So as I said on Kay's stream, last night I figured out. No, I found out that there was a save before we went on the final date with the cheetah, so we can just go straight to dating everyone else without having to start a new game. Hey, I'm Brian. I spend most of my days hanging out with my awesome daughter and thinking up new ways to grill things. If you like fishing, then we'll get along. On a Friday night, you are most likely to see just how slowly I can cook a piece of brisket. If you had one thing to take with you to onto a desert island, what would it be? My fishing pole. What are your turn-ons? A keen understanding of steak cuts. I have a feeling this won't go well. What did you want to be when you grew up? A fireman. What's your favourite movie genre? Romantic comedies. What's your ideal date? Deck building. What do you never leave home without? My portable fishing pole. I spend a lot of time thinking about how my daughter is smarter than I am. No. Let's send him a message. Don't forget to flush. Oh, goddamn this speech impediment. Floss every day. Pay your bills early. I mean, my bills are on a direct debit. They come out on the day that they're meant to. Sleep is important. Make sure you're getting enough of it. Man, I don't know how I feel about hanging out with Brian more, but it seems like Daisy and Amanda get along really well. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and hang out with Brian more for the sake of the kids. My bills all on a hope and barter system? I crack my knuckles and start typing. Oh yeah, I found my mouse! Hey Brian, great grabbing burgers with you at the cookout yesterday. Yesterday, it's now been like a week since then, in game. We should get the kids together and hang out soon. I'll wait a couple of minutes until until a ding comes from my computer and a message pops up on screen. It's Brian. Let's see what he has to say. I'm really fucking up my words. Yesterday. Hey, man. Always love a good burg with a buddy. We should definitely hang out. What do you think about mini golf? We could bring the girls out and have ourselves a little friendly competition. Rock on, Brian. He signed his name. That's cute. Friendly competition? This is perfect. I know Amanda and I will crush Brian in mini golf. I've been taking her to mini golf courses since she was a little kid, and I'm proud to say that she is almost better at it than I am. Friendly competition. Almost. I type back. I didn't get a chance to read that. I didn't even click anything. That was just the game. I'll never forget that Pokemon duel with him. If no one gets hit in the head by a golf club, it'll be a surprise. Hey, Amanda. Hey, would you be up for some mini golf with Brian and Daisy? I'm a little out of practice, and I know my backswing leaves something to be desired, but I think I could keep it in the negatives. Perfect. Come on, kiddo. Let's do this. Oh, I forgot to say, like, Kay knows about this because she saw it on my Twitter, but Michael, you won't know. I brewed myself a cup of coffee, and then realized that I had no milk. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to drink this without any milk. And then, like, 2 sips later, I was like, I need milk. So I put my coaster on top of my coffee to try and keep the heat in. And then I quickly, like, rushed out up to the Tesco that's somewhat uphill from me to grab a bottle of milk, and then came back. Just speed walked. By the time I got back, my coffee was still hot. Let's question. Fully understandable. I think at the end of this year, I'm gonna make like a compilation video of like my best moments or like funny moments, and I know I still have like last week's video and the video before that to upload to YouTube, but it'd be really like handy if if when my videos do get uploaded to YouTube, if people could timestamp the parts that they find like the most funny or what they like the most, so I can take those moments and put them into compilation, because obviously what I might find to be funny might not be what you guys find to be funny. So I feel like I objectively wouldn't be able to make a best bits compilation without your guys' input. I just like coffee, so I'm good with milk or not, or sugar or not. You ready for this? Arr, matey. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Why are you talking like that? Because this mini golf course is pirate themed? I just now realised that we are indeed standing on top of a giant pirate ship in the middle of a putt-putt course. Oh. Come on, Pirate Dad. Won't you talk a little pirate with me? Arr, ahoy, scurvy. Oh, that reminds me. I was, on Thursday I was playing my RPG, over Discord and Roll20, and, there was like a little chunk of it where I wasn't, like, needed. So I just zoned out and I was scrolling through Twitter, and I found out that James Blunt got scurvy because he was on an all-meat diet to prove how masculine he is. And I'm like, mate, no! The pirate ship would be the first thing I notice. Vashti! I don't see pirates, only angels? Angles? My dyslexia is kicking in. I don't know what that says. Aiko, what does it say? What is this word? Oh wait, I can't ask you what does it say because you're just... Oh, right, yeah. Angles. Okay, thank you. I needed an example. There's no time for jokes. To explain why I was having difficulty with that for UK, it's because angles and angels, there's only a one letter difference between those two words. There's the L and the E are swapped round. So sometimes I don't know what the word is unless it's like putting into an example, because my dyslexia just kind of comes in and is like, haha, this is how it's read, when actually it's not. It's fun like that. I'll make Brian and Daisy walk the plank with my superior golfing abilities. I mean, the balloon? Come on, Dad, you told me that this was going to be some friendly competition. Friendly competition is dad code for actual competition. I need to prepare my body, mind, and soul to defeat Brian on the field of glorious battle. It's just mini golf. Just mini golf? It's so much more important than that. Wait, I added a word in. I kneel down and place my hand on Amanda's shoulder. I just want you to know that there's no pressure. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it too much, but we have to beat Brian at mini golf. No, Amanda, it's not mini golf. This is Sparta! Whatever happened to just having fun? Oh, we will have fun. When we beat them. Amanda gives me a side eye, but before I can side eye her back, I spot Brian and Daisy. Ahoy there, mateys! Ahoy! Brian walks up with Daisy in tow. It looks like they already rented us some golf clubs for our mini golf excursion. Total power move! Why didn't I think of that? Oh wait, first mate. I hear there's buried treasure in these waters. You gonna help me plunder it? Oh, Amanda, I don't think this is a real pirate ship. I think it's just to play putt-putt on. Amanda gives Daisy a look. I mean, aye aye, Captain. Daisy winks at Amanda. Ah, that's the wrong type of inflection. Ah, look at those two. They're two peas in a pod. So, you excited to get some mini golf in? Oh, you know it. Oh, I also realised that last week I said I would wear makeup this week, but my skin is still acting up. So, I don't feel comfortable putting makeup on until it's happier. Because I don't want to put anything on that might make it worse. I don't think it helped that I slept on my sofa last night. Because my bed has all my clothes on. Because I was like, yesterday I was like, I'm gonna finally put them, like, unpack them and put them away. I unpacked them, but I didn't get around to putting them away. Which is pretty typical, but I shall do it tomorrow. It's all good, buddy. Look after yourself. Why don't you sort out your clothes so you can sleep properly? It's because I know that by the time I finish this stream, I won't have the energy to put my clothes away. Because putting my clothes away takes up a lot of energy for me. So, I'd rather sleep on my sofa and let my bed be occupied by my clothes than dumping all my clothes on the floor and then never really sorting them out, because I know that once they're on the floor I'm going to forget about them. That's just how my brain is. Honestly, mood, that's why I use a floor drove. You a gambling man? I know when to hold 'em. Depends on what's on the table. Do I get you if I win? Amanda puts her hands over Daisy's ears. Gross! Ugh. Brian blushes. He's clearly a little uncomfortable. How about the loser buys drinks tonight? Alright. But how about we make it a little bit more interesting? I'm listening. The loser has to mow the winner's lawn this weekend. Well, my yard's pretty big. Are you prepared to take that on? I think you should be a little more concerned with how you're going to maneuver around my hedges. It's highly technical work, and not for the faint of heart. I don't think I'll need to worry about that. I'm very good at mini-golf, you know. Oh yeah? Hole in one, every time. What I just said is not a true thing, but it already came out of my mouth, so I have to stand by it. I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. Brian and I eye each other up and down. May the best dad win. Brian and I shake hands and lock eyes. It's about to go down. Do it once, do it right. Oh God! How do I want to do this one? No! isn't how golf works. No! Ah! Eh? Amanda pulls me aside while Brian and Daisy start walking to the next hole. Oh dang, only one chance to eat on each, that's mean. Me thinks you'll be buying the drinks there. I want this entire golf course in your best of comp. What, so you can just have a compilation of me going, ah! Yes. Hey, you having a good time? No. Because this isn't how golf works. I should know. I'm having a great time. I'm having a fantastic time trying to destroy Brian underfoot. I'm just asking because your eye is twitching. No, it's not. I feel my left eye twitch. Amanda raises her eyebrows. We're out here to have fun, remember? It's just a game. You're right, it's just a game. A game with extremely high stakes. That we are currently losing. Dad! Please, Amanda, please nail this next hole for me. I need your help now more than ever. If it's really that important to you, sure. Amanda walks over and tees up for a particularly hard windmill hole. Gripping her club, she winds up and launches the ball into the parking lot. She looks at me right in the eyes and does an exaggerated shrug. Whoops! I disagree with her actions, but I appreciate her act of useful defiance. She walks over and pats me on the back. That was for your own good. Love you, kiddo. Oh no. Ah! Fuck you.
You've lost your ball.
Where's the hole?
Into the brine.
I did it! I did it!
In a hole full of ball.
Haha!
In a hole full of ball. Dead men sink no putts.
How are you meant to do that one?
Ball.
No! It was just...
You've lost
Just-
your ball.
What in the fuckery is this? How?
You've lost your ball.
Hey! I now want a back-to-back of your losses to your wins. Plinko, pachinko. I mean, there's more losses than wins, so me thinks that it's not really going to be a back-to-back. I try to maintain an air of professionalism because there are children present. But I can feel the crushing weight of the four dads before me casting a disappointed look upon my broken frame. I have failed you, fathers, and for that, I am sorry. Man, that was some good shooting there, Sean. I fought valiantly. My only regret was being bested. I have lost. I have lost that putt-putt. Mini golf is beneath me. Ah! I'll remember this day, Brian, and someday, when I finally defeat you, you'll think of this moment too. The moment I decided your fate. The moment I decided that you must be destroyed. I know, I mean all your wins and then all your losses. Wouldn't it be better if you saw my losses and then my many few wins? Many few? Words! I swear I know them. Brian and I eyeball each other, electricity shooting between us. It's like an anime. Oh, Daisy, did you have a good time? Yo ho ho, I did! If there's one thing I don't like about hot weather, it's that it makes me itchy. We haven't even found the buried treasure yet. I think we would need to apply for a permit to dig around here. I can take Daisy home so we can get the city paperwork started for digging. You two go and enjoy your night. Sounds like a plan. Sean, you cool with that? Sure. Just don't get yourselves into too much trouble. Can do. I'll make sure we get into a perfectly reasonable amount of trouble. Amanda and Daisy skip away, yelling about buried treasure. Bless that kid's tiny, rebellious heart. Well, guess we should hit that bar now. There's actually a tiki bar attached to this place. How about that? That sounds like a plan. Guess I'm spending more time with Brian, which I'm not jazzed about considering I just completely blew it on the putt-putt course. Okay, Dad. You can do this. Just gotta drown my sorrows with some tropical loser drink and get out of here. Brian and I walk into the Freaky Tiki, a kit ski island themed bar. Palm trees adorn the walls and several fake parrots are strewn about. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. Brian and I approach the bamboo bar. No idea, I can't help there. 2 pineapples of hospitality, please. I don't like pineapple. The bartender rips up 2 rum drinks inside of hollowed out pineapples. He set them on fire and we have to blow them out before we can drink them. Usually I just like to, I don't know, drink my drinks. If you don't want yours, I'll take it. And best me again? I think not. I take a sip of my pineapple of hospitality. Sorrow tastes fruity. My lawn care needs are very particular. I hope you're up for the challenge. Oh, don't worry. I'll bring my own salt to promote healthy growth in a sustainable environment. Oh, come on now, Sean. I'm just having a little fun with you. I grumble and sips more of my fruity sorrow drink. Fine, fine. You got me on this one. Whilst I sip more of my drink, I noticed a TV in the corner. Hey! Extreme Makeover. Deck Edition is on. I had to pop out for a moment, but now I'm back. Hello again. Hope you didn't miss too much. I love this show. Always made me want to own a deck. A deck of cards? Ugh, I hate this show. Why? It's so clearly fake. Well, yeah, it's reality TV, who cares? I care. I'm a general contractor. I work with decks all the time. There's no way they're renovating those decks in a matter of 2 days. It's impossible. That's a 3-week job minimum. So you want them to cover those 3 weeks extensively in every episode? It can't be that interesting to watch a bunch of dudes slave over a deck for that long. Nobody would watch that. Sorry. My ankle's really itchy. I don't like it. Oh. Oh, wrong screen. I don't like... My water bottle. I don't like any of those home improvement shows. I want to watch stuff that's real. Like long haul paranormal ice road ghost truckers. I have terrible news for you, Sean. No. No! Not them too! That's the awful truth. Not the ghosts though. Those are real. Trucks just don't have an emergency escape buttons. I've been lied to for so long. We both chuckle and sip on our pineapples. So wait, you're a general contractor? Sure am. I actually helped plan the cul-de-sac we live in. Wow. Nice work. Yeah. Kind of took after the footsteps of my old man. Was he a general contractor too? The best. He practically built half of this town with his bare hands. It's weird how you spend your whole life trying to not become your father. Then you wake up one day, and there you are. I'd rather not. But I get to work with my hands, and it pays more than enough to take care of my daughter. So, it's an absolute dream job. For me, at least. Well, that's impressive. Building stuff has always been my weak point, so, as a dad, and I've been okay with that. Until now. Now I must defeat him. I do have that patio furniture that I haven't put together still sitting in the garage. Same. Never gonna be my dad. I mean, don't you have a head start of, like, not knowing them to begin with? Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Okay. Maybe I should call it with the dad competition. Gotta keep it light. Tell one of your classic jokes, ask about his daughters, stare him down on blinking. Ah. I mean, he likes his daughter, so... Right choice. So Daisy seems pretty smart for her age. Yeah, she's a genius. She definitely doesn't get it from her old man, though. It's actually a little embarrassing. She beats me at Scrabble constantly. To be fair, Scrabble is really hard. I can barely make good words when I have the whole alphabet in front of me, let alone 7 letters. Brian laughs. See? You can keep things friendly here. This is perfectly pleasant. I could do this all night. Because I feel an innate need to impress Brian, I prove I'm better than him, obviously. That's the only reason. I think. Let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving. Ask about his dog. Complain about kids these days. Compliment his beard. Ah. So, you have a dog? Sure do. I can't quite remember what he looks like. Oh, he's a little corgi. Always has a handkerchief around his neck. Yeah, I'm not getting it. I think I might need a visual reminder to jog my memory. If you happen to have any pictures of said dog, maybe on your phone. Brian laughs. Sean, if you wanted to see pictures of Maxwell, you could have just asked. Show me the goods then. Brian pulls out his phone and flips through an entire album of dog pictures. Ah yeah, that's the stuff. What a good boy. I look around the room and take in all the kitschy... Give me a second. Let's actually learn how to pronounce this word. Kitschy.
Kitschy.
Kitschy? Kitschy? Kitschy. Apparently this is a British word. I call bullshit. It means considered to be in poor taste because excessive garnishes or sentimentality, but sometimes appreciated in ironic or a knowing way. So basically, the place is overdecorated, but it's ironic, I think. Oh, since my phone is out. Oh, thank you for the retweet, Kay. Got surprised by cat by my door when I went to get food. I look around the room and take in all the kitschy decor, looking for something else to comment on. There's a gigantic fish hanging above Brian and I. I gesture to it. Hugs. Cool fish. It's definitely fake. What? Really? Everything in here is fake. The palm tree over there is just a ficus with plastic coconuts glued to it. I look over. He's right. But I almost caught something like that fish once. Mine was bigger though. Of course it was. Oh, really? Yep. I went on a trip to Hawaii maybe a decade ago. We were out on the sea for 3 days catching fish and drinking beer, you know, guy stuff. We had a hot plate on the boat so we could sear the fish right after we caught it. Throw a little bit of salt and lemon on there, oh man. That's some of the best food I've ever had. That actually sounds amazing. Well, it was the last day. Everyone had gone to bed early, but I was out there watching the stars. Had my line out too. Then, all of a sudden, it just starts running. So I jump on the reel before it gets ripped out of the rod rack and start fighting the damn thing. I'm out there for maybe an hour. Can't call out to my shipmates. It's just man against nature. Finally, I'm starting to tucker the guy out. I get him up to the surface and finally get sight of it. The biggest marlin I've ever seen. Hemingway-esque. I get it onto the boat single-handedly. Fish don't run, you silly. And you know what happens next? What happens next? The damn thing smacks me in the face with its tail. Knocks me out. I wake up the next morning on the deck. The fish is gone. Never felt dumber. So it got away? I think there's another version of me that would have spent the rest of my life trying to catch that fish, Captain Ahab style. I'm sure Daisy would have been supportive. Ah man, fishing's the life. Haven't done enough lately. You go fishing? Actually, I have a confession to make. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I having this inexplicable urge to be vulnerable with him? I can't tell him that I'm terrible at fishing. I lean in close. I'm certainly the best out there. Okay, since you're such a pro, I'm taking you fishing. Do you want to go fishing? Wait, don't answer that. Yes, you do. We're going fishing. Oh no. Oh, I don't know. Come on, it'll be a blast. I know the perfect little fishing spot. I'll bring some beers. We can just sit back, relax, and reel in some trout. We'll bring the kids with us. Come on. You know you want to. I sigh. I've been cornered. Mistakes have been made. Yeah, okay. Brian gives me an exuberant high five. Yes! Maybe we'll see who can catch the most fish, so I can get you mowing my lawn. You can try to beat me, but they don't call me Sean good at catching fish hawks for nothing. I am spinning a web of lies that I fear will one day consume me. Sounds like it will be a scrap. Brian and I finish our drinks and head outside. Till next time. And also for catching more fish and Brian. You're grilling me with these puns, Sean. Mull it over. You'll come around to the fish-related dad jokes in no time. Brian extends his hand and gives me a friendly but firm handshake. I see that competitive fire in his eyes. This is going to become a whole thing, isn't it? God damn it. Once Brian takes over babysitting duties, Amanda walks home with me. She immediately plops down on the couch and flips on the TV. So, how was your hang with Brian? It was okay. Oh yeah, he seems like a neat dude. I think so. I don't know. The guy loves a good competition. But then again, apparently so do I. Oh. God, cursed buttons. What did you and Daisy end up doing? Oh, we hunted for treasure for a bit, but Daisy was really adamant about not digging without a permit. So we just watched some documentary about theoretical physics. I put her to bed and then sat around eating Brian's food. Don't tell him I said that. That's standard babysitting protocol, I believe. I really like hanging out with Daisy. She's super mature for her age. Oh, when people say that about a child, that child is normally depressed in their, late teens. Yeah, Brian says she has a hard time relating to other kids. She kind of reminds me of you at her age. Although, she doesn't bite people as much as you did. I can't believe I'm finally the cool older kid. Feels good. You gonna hang out with Brian again? That's the thing. He wants to go fishing with me. Huh? Oh. I told him I was an amazing fisherman. You hate fishing. I know. I'm kind of panicking. Sure, you'll be fine. All you have to do is wake up at the crack of dawn and sit silently in a boat on a lake for hours on end, with no promise of a tangible reward, your only companion being the fear and doubt you harbour deep within your heart. Fishing's fun. You'll remind yourself as the world darkens around you and you wonder if it's really you staring back at yourself in the lake's reflection, or simply just the abyss. Yeah, laugh it up, Amanda. You're coming with us. It is my constitutional right to outright refuse this order. Daisy's coming too. Well, I bet I could convince Brian to bring his dog. Fine. Sold. I'm in. Alright, I'm bushed. Gonna call it a night. Don't stay up too late, okay? What time is it? It's 5. You got it, Pops. I probably got a low score on this. Hey, I got an S.
What an amazing date!
Automated cat, cell phone host, rivalry, Hawaiian shirt, tiki, pirate. Go ask your mother.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Hey. Dad book? Sean, listen. This is you from the past. Whoa. How'd this happen? I figure you're trying to reply to this because I know myself. But this is an automated message from you earlier this morning when it was socially unacceptable to go out and buy ice cream. I forgot I did that. I forgot how I did that as well. The future is amazing. Listen, life is short and ice cream should always be acceptable. But unfortunately, this isn't the society we live in. And it's less the society we live in and more me projecting my own anxiety about being judged on to others. But you know what I mean. By the time you're reading this, it is a certain time of day in which nobody will bat an eye at you for going out and buying ice cream. You know what to do. Be good, me. Buy that ice cream. Why did my phone vibrate? Ah, it's Discord. Okay. You know what? I've earned a treat. On my way home, I decided to stop off and grab some ice cream, which I fully planned to eat directly from the tub. I mean, is there any other way to eat ice cream? I spend a lot of time trying to figure out just which type of ice cream I'd like to eat directly from the tub. Rocky Road? Pistachio? Oh, Amanda's probably going to want some too. Better get 2 tubs. She loves cookie dough ice cream, right? Hey, mister. I turn around and see Ernest leaning against the wall of the convenience store. Ernest? You're cool, right? No way. I'm about to go sprawl out on the couch between a liter of ice cream and a basic cable package, and I have every intention of waking up in that position tomorrow morning. What do you think? Swapping out 2 tubs like we did during Knives Out. Yeah. Man, talking to you sucks. Could you help me out? Help you out? There's no fire involved, is there? Just clouds. So, if I give you $20, will you buy me e-liquid? Ernest, what's e-liquid? It's like, Gatorade, you know? Electrolyte liquid. I'd get it myself, but I'm banned from here for trying to run a grift on the cashier. A classic fiddle game. You know, the best. You know the deal. Oh, I read that so wrong. Oh, if you're talking about balanced electrolytes, then I got you, little buddy. And I didn't know you played the fiddle. Just ask the clerk for blue Canvas Apple Vortex. He'll know what it is. I pick up a tub of pistachio ice cream for myself and a tub of cookie dough for Amanda. I search around for some blue Crazen Void Star, but can't seem to find any. I turn to the cashier. Say, where's your finest e-liquid? Vape juice is no-go, bro. Oh no. Behind the counter, you got an ID? First of all, my daughter is older than you. Second of all, I'm flattered. I switched shampoos recently. It's taken some years off. Look, you need to be 21 to buy vape juice. Your hair doesn't look a day over 20. Wait a minute. Are you just trying to butter me up to get me to buy more ice cream? Because it's working. I glance outside and spot Ernest staring at me. Double wait a minute. You're telling me that e-liquid is not a sports drink? It's for vaping. Ernest is watching us intently through the window. I better give that kid a piece of my mind. I see. Okay, look. I'm going to pretend that you didn't try to trick me into buying you the old Baphomet's cough syrup and then go inside here to purchase my ice cream. I won't tell your dad if you promise to scram. And stop vaping. You'll get popcorn lung. What if I give you $25? Go home, Ernest. As I'm walking back inside, Ernest calls after me. You can get popcorn lung from microwave popcorn, you know? I no longer trust this child, but the mere notion strikes fear into my heart. I go back inside and complete my purchase with the good cashier. Thank you, kind sir, for your time and generous hair compliments. You got it, bub. I glance out the window while to see Ernest still outside. Looks like he's talking to some other poor sap. Guess I should go outside and save this other guy some grief. Wait a second. That's definitely a cop. Oh boy. I grab my tubs of ice cream and bolt outside. Ernest is already face down on the hood of a squad car. Ernest, did you seriously just try and get a cop to buy you e-liquid? Do you know this kid? I'm friends with his dad. My daughter goes to school with him. I've never met him in my life. Yeah, we live in the same cul-de-sac. I know his dad. Listen, he's a good kid and I'm this boy's father. Robert, no you're not. I turn around and see Robert walking down the street toward a convenience store. Ernest, what are you doing? I want a lawyer. First of all, good first instinct. Remember that you're not required to answer any questions from a police officer without a lawyer present. You're this boy's father? Yes, sir. Ernest likes to lash out at me like this ever since the accident. Oh. I don't like talking about it. Ah, my bottle keeps falling over. That's fine. Robert gets a wistful twinkle in his eye. It all started 7 summers ago. My hair was long then. New metal was still in style. Ernest and I were down in the Florida swampland scavenging for... Sir, I can leave you to take it from here. Sounds good. Thanks, officer. Ernest, come along now. You'll be cleaning out from the rain gutter for a week thanks to this transgression. And my mic is falling. Everything's falling apart around me. The police officer gets in his car and drives off. I'm stunned by how cool Robert was just there. Thanks. I want to say Richard? Ouch. Don't mention it, Hemingway. Got in trouble plenty of times in my life. Just trying to do my good deed for the day. Would you buy me e-liquid if I give you $20? Child, I will end you. Hey, Sean, will you walk Ernest home with me? Sure.
Hey.
It's just a child, I will end you. Ernest runs ahead, presumably so he won't be seen with us. Which is a thing I think kids do. He reminds me a lot of myself when I was his age. Well, maybe I wasn't as dumb. Seems like he tortures his dad. Seems like he tortures just about everybody. He even stole your wallet. What? No, he did. I packed my back pocket. I packed the rest of my pockets. He stole my wallet! Why are you doing this to yourself? What? Robert points to my tubs of ice cream. One of them's for Amanda. I have no crowns with the quantity of ice cream you have purchased. It's a perfectly respectable amount of ice cream. It's the quality I'm talking about. You work hard, Sean. You're a good dad. Don't you think you deserve top shelf ice cream? But these were on sale. If you're going to treat yourself, go big or go home. Real vanilla bean. Real pistachio. You deserve it. Robert, what a man. Get bullied.
Hey.
We arrive in the cul-de-sac, and Ernest runs into his home. That boy is the reason why we don't have prizes in cereal anymore. Catch you around, Sean. Robert tosses me my wallet. I catch it with a surprised look on my face. I stole it back. Keep it in your front pocket or use the chain, like, back in your scar days. Smell you later. See you, Robert. I go back inside my home, ready to spend the rest of the night with 2 tubs of ice cream, and also Amanda. Always try to make others around you happy.
Welcome.
Yes,
You've
good dad
got
tip.
dads.
You've got dads. Sometimes wearing headphones like this makes my head uncomfortable. Like it hurts along here. Hey, Daisy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out? Oh, I have a message from Brian. Oh no, I've been dreading this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman to Brian, and now he's challenging me to another dad-off. I've been doing my fishing research online, but I'm nowhere close to being an expert. Still though, I have to accept. I type back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all of those fish. Make sure your mower is in good working order because you're going to be all over my lawn this weekend. Ah, oh, such speed. That will show him. Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up at an hour I had previously forgotten existed. Man, that's going to be a rough start. I feel like with my hair like this and wearing a shirt like this, I look a bit dudish. Oh my god. I saw the new Batman trailer today. And the part where Robert like jumps in to save a guy from a car like careening towards them fucking reminded me of Twilight. I had flashbacks, and then I went on Twitter and was glad to see I'm not the only one getting those flashbacks. And then like when he when it shows him without the helmet, but like still with his face, like he still has like the black around his eyes. My brain just turned to My Chemical Romance. It's like, oh, such emo. I didn't know Batman was an emo. Amanda comes into the room from the kitchen, eating a cheese stick by biting it off piece by piece for some kind of monster. Flashbacks to bad movies. Yep. Also, the reason why I went on that tangent is because like his hair in the trailer was about the length of my fringe, maybe a tad shorter, which is kind of how I look with my headphones on. I might try and find a way to like zoom in my camera, if I can. I'm not exactly sure if I can on Streamlabs. Took me ages to find out how to crop it. Amanda comes in. Pardon me. Amanda comes into the room. I've already read this. I didn't raise you like that. Huh? What? It's called string cheese, not chompy cheese for a reason, Amanda. Did you just call me in here to criticize about my controversial string cheese eating technique or what? You are not pardoned, even. No. Amanda, you have to go fishing tomorrow. Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog. How do I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you? Nope. My stint in the Scouts was brief and purely transactional. I thought I could get free cookies, but I didn't know I had to, like, be outside and tie knots and stuff. But I have to beat Brian! Dad, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at that coffee shop across town? Give me a refresher. During the interview, they asked me if I knew how to work an expression machine. And I really wanted the job, so I lied and said yes. On that first morning, there was a line out the door, and within half an hour, I severely burnt my hand, and they told me to go home and never to come back. I still have a scar from that. Of course I remember. What does that have to do with fishing? The burn is a metaphor, Dad. I don't get it. You can lead a horse to water. What do horses have to do with fish and burns? Dad, please, I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian. You wouldn't understand. It's a dad thing. Please try explaining it to me. Okay. Brian's just... He just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposely reminds me of that whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game. Is this what you think is happening here? No, Amanda. Okay, good. I know that's what's happening here. Alright, Pops. We should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning. But it looks like it's day. Like, normally, when it's, like, evening in this game, it's, like, blue tinted. Night, Panda. See? Like now. I brush my teeth and throw on some pajamas. I climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. Okay. Sleep. I am wide awake. I can't help but think about the last time I went fishing, hoping that there's something I can glean from it to give me an edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up one morning and told me to get dressed and to meet him downstairs. Be right back, pizza has arrived. Okay. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on, but before I knew it, we were both alone on a freezing cold lake. I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy, the air thick with bugs. I picked at mosquito bites while my dad sat in stony silence, fishing pole in one hand, a beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. On the long drive home, my father bought me a pack of cigarettes and didn't say a thing. That didn't help. I think I have some repressed sadness about my father. I'll deal with that later. I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land, but I know it's a lake. What is this music? The water is placid, but still, I'm holding a fishing pole. I don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure out into the water and wait. And wait. And wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure. I look up and see my father, just as he looked on that one cold morning, disapproving. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and grab a different one, but all of the lures in my tackle box are the exact same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone. I try casting again, but can't hold my footing. My boat tips over and I fall into the water, sinking further and further. I see the multitudes of fish that have been lying just below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. Actually, since I don't have my feet on the ground, I could. Aha! Ah! That was nearly a disaster. So, let's try and get me more centered. Yeah. This is better. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes. You've got to use neutral buoyancy lure if you're trying to catch trout, buddy. I jolt awake to the sound of my alarm. It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. I groggily slip on clothes and get ready. I spot Amanda's door half open and see her slightly curled up in a mountain of blankets. Walking over to her bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead. Fishing day, kiddo. You ready? No. Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes. Amanda pulls her comforter over her head. Never. Amanda? I'll get up in a minute. Alright, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. Amanda sticks her hand through the blanket to wave me away. I leave her room and make myself some coffee and another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda. Whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in and chugs her coffee while I do word jumbles. I hear the doorbell ring. It must be Brian. Oh, half an hour-ish left. Still rubbing our eyes, we walk outside to see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. Daisy is falling asleep next to him. Look at all the stars. Early bird gets the worm, buddy. You ready to fish? I was born ready. My eyes narrow in on Brian. It's a good day to die. Hop in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started. I walk over to the driver's side of the door and open it. Wait, no, I can do better than that. Brian's dog immediately hops into the driver's seat, wagging his tail furiously. Can I see your license, sir? Maxwell, let Sean sit. I return to dog barks. Yay, good day. Maxwell obediently hops into the back to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and immediately falls asleep. You ready for an adventure? I'm ready for glory. I struggle to stay awake as we drive to the outskirts of town. Country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch trees pass by. So, where exactly are we headed? It's about an hour north of here. Little spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. I brought everything we need so that we can catch some trout, have a nice little fire, and enjoy the nature. My fishing pole is in the shop, getting tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra I could borrow? But of course! It's probably not as nice as it sounds like yours is, though. Wait. I'm digging holes here. I stare out at the forest lining the highway. The sun is just barely over the horizon, scattering dusty pink light through the trees. For a split second, I spotted a deer grazing on the side of the road before it leaps back into the bush. Not bush. Brush. After a nice quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and onto a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens up to a magnificent lake. Well, here we are. I step out of the car and help Brian unload our gear as Maxwell runs around us barking. The kids wake up and wander to the shore where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. I'm all out of snacks. I was meant to buy some when I rushed to the shop, but I was so concerned about my coffee going cold before I got back, it just skipped my mind. Not skipped my mind. Left my mind? I swear English is my native language. It's all good. Get snacks next time. Will do. Oh, sorry, just then, thinking about it, English is hard for everyone. Yeah, just then, my brain was like, Shannon, flex what little Korean you know. Anyone who says otherwise is lying. Yeah. Because I've been learning Korean over Duolingo, but I'm now starting to pick up some things that could be potential problems with the app. It doesn't try and teach you the vocab before it puts it into sentences. So you're shown these sentences where some of the words you might not know, and you have to translate what they mean. So that then it becomes purely guessing. And if you guess something correctly the first time, then that's just pure luck. But I think the one useful function is some of the tests are pronunciation tests. It keeps trying to teach me that books are meaningless. Checky Rimi가 없습니다. That's how you formally say books are meaningless. But I also learned a different variant of saying I, because I know 나는, but on Duolingo they tend to use John, Johnun. So to say I'm okay or to say I'm fine would be Johnun 괜찮아요. Oh, where's my mouse? Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and Calder down to the edge of the lake where he has a canoe waiting. They're back. Great. It's still in one piece. Hold on. Help me out with Maxwell. I help Brian place a tiny, dog-sized life vest onto Maxwell. Alright, your turn. Brian hands me a lime green life vest. Maybe if I fall in, you'll save me. I can swim, thanks. No thanks. If I fall in, I'm counting on you to rescue me. Oh, that was the right choice! Suit yourself. Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, who are still skipping rocks. You kids want to fish?
Aww.
I'm good with just throwing rocks into the water. Amanda hurls a rock into the pond with gusto. Yeah, take that, water! Always choose the gayest options. Amanda, you're supposed to be skipping them. Is that what we're doing? Daisy, don't you want to fish? I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. We're going to explore in the woods and look at bugs and stuff. Alright, be safe. Don't go too far. Brian puts the life vest around himself and we throw all our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes his place looking out over the front of the boat. I get into the canoe as Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves into the middle of the lake. Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early. Yeah, I know. That's a pretty common fisherman knowledge, after all. Fisherman knowledge that I'm knowledgeable about. Look at the fishies. Still a gambling man? You know it. Let's see who can catch more fish. You can catch more than one? Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish that I'm going to catch, obviously. I was thinking something a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn. Custody of our children? More than that. Let's say, if I win, I get your Reed Racker. The Rackmaster 2000? That's limited edition. But, if you win, you get my pole saw. The Reach and Cut 3000. The cordless version? That's the one. Shit. The Reach and Cut 3000 is state of the art. My Reed Racker is a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches that at the back of the yard that have been begging for a pruning. You're on. We shake on it. I suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish, fatherly pride will one day be my undoing. I watch as Brian ties a lure and does the same stuff. Does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts into the lake. Oh boy. Now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box and at the pole in my hand. Insult the fish! I fish a worm from the styrofoam container Brian brought. It's slippery, but I think I can get it onto the hook if I just focus. I mean, if you end up in a relationship, you'll both own both items anyway. Oh god, I'm bleeding. Oh god, the blood's everywhere. The worm is not on the hook. Need some help? No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They can smell it up to a mile away, you know. I think that's sharks. No, it's definitely fish. I mean, bull sharks can survive in fresh water. Because, one of their organ that manages, saline intake and distribution, it rations out the saline once they're in fresh water, so they do have to like pop out back into salt water every now and again. But you'll be surprised how far inland they can get before they have to head back out to sea. I know a lot about sharks because I'm terrified of them. You'll never catch me in America swimming in an American river that leads to an ocean not far away. No. Although you'll never catch me swimming because I don't know how to. Now what? Perform fish mating call. Tie a knot or something. I take my pole and try to tie an elaborate looking knot to impress Brian. The classic hunter's bend. I learned that one in my youth. Sharks don't really bite any. Well, bull sharks are actually one of the more aggressive species, because they eat almost anything they come across. Like, there's, like, been a lot of instances of, like, a bull shark being dissected, and they have, like, proper rubbish in there. Like, license plates and, like, just garbage. So, bull sharks are more opportunist eaters than actual hunters. So if they look at you and you look like an opportune snack, they will go for you. But that's because that's just their feeding instinct. That's not like some sort of like sentient intent. Like it's not like they're going around going, what can I kill just to kill? They're like, what's food? What's on the menu? I always look like a snack though. Yep, this one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot, I will cast my heavenly line upon the unsuspecting water and deliver unto us a bountiful harvest. I look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast this sucker. I pull my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can. And the lure flies off the line and sails as far, far away, landing in the lake with a loud splush. Sorry, I judged the speed wrong. This cold air drives the pressure down. Huh. Go ahead and take my pole. I know it's hard switching to a new pole you're not used to. I'll fix up another lure. Brian hands me his pole with a smile, and I just sit there feeling like an idiot. Oh god, it's another minigame. Keep your word. Fishing around here is easy. They group up. All you gotta do is line up 3 of the same species and reel them in. I need to match 3 of the same species? I can't tell which fish is which. Ah, see, I have experience playing Honey Pop. But these fish change, no!
Match that fish.
I had a plan.
Match of the day. Nice catch.
Ah, no.
Match of the day. Now you're fishing. Match of the day. Catch of the day. Now you're fishing. Now you're fishing.
Why do you change? This makes it so much harder. I can't focus. When will
Nice match. Catch of the day. Catch of the day. Match of the day. Now you're fishing.
Well, that was an event.
Now you're fishing. Now you're fishing. Now you're fishing. Catch of the day. Nice match. Now you're fishing. Now you're fishing. Nice match. Catch of the day. Nice catch. Match of the day.
Fish are friends, not food. Go, go, go. Oh, oh no, there's been frame skipping. Wow, this is way tougher than I thought. I look over to Brian, who's smiling and obviously enjoying his time out here on the lake. I will crush him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps in my hands. I reflectively tug upwards. I think I got something big! The tip of the pole dips down repeatedly and the line starts to run. Reel it in! I finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net. It's all yours. I lay down and notice that my hands are shaking with excitement. The fish is bigger than the ones Brian caught. The pole, so is mine. The entire canoe tips over with me. I'm finding myself sinking into the lake. I should have taken the life vest. All of a sudden, I'm embraced under the water and pulled into Brian's arms. I'm finally dragged up with spluttering water. All of our gear floats on the surface. Maxwell Ducky paddles around us in circles, having a great time. You alright? Does that count as one? Well, seeing as all our fish are now swimming safely back in the lake, I guess so. Brian laughs. Let's get you to shore. Brian and I flip the canoe back over and fill it with our soaking wet gear. We row back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Ah! Once we get to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. It's a bear, bod. And Brian takes off his shirt. Dots of lake water glisten in the sun across his strong back. Man, all that general contracting must have built this guy like an ox. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Wanna hand me yours? Yeah, okay. I reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it to him. I suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life. Or any sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you've bested me in, stupid sexy Brian. You might as well fry that shirt up. Seems like it's the only lunch we'll have. The day is young. We can catch more from the shore. Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple of logs out on by the water's edge. We're probably going to have to put the kibosh on the competition for now. Until another day. Oh my. My stomach growls. You hungry? Oh, I'm fine. Granchana? Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars. I have a small child. I am flushed with snacks. Brian joins me by the fire and I accept the cargo short granola. And now, we're back to rating. Where did the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? Ah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're a couple of smart kids. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They've probably established a small rural government by this point and installed themselves as leaders. Dad powers have been fully activated. I took a look around at the sun cresting the tree line, casting the entire lake in a warm golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow, nature is beautiful. A mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse. Nature sucks. Ha! Here you go, bud. Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. Ugh, I've always hated how this stuff smells. Really? I've always kind of liked it. Reminds me of being outdoors. Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, a huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. I hurl the stick as hard as I can towards the tree line. Maxwell bolts after it, running as fast as his stubby little legs can carry him. Which is, consequently, not very fast. It is very cute, though. Nice throw, Sean. I turn away so he can't see me blush. Maxwell brings the stick back to me, clearly proud of himself. Good boy, Maxwell. You're a very good and very speedy boy. You're the world champ at fetch. It's time for the pets. What's the plan? Butt pats never fail. Scratch behind the ear. Rub that belly. Maxwell rolls over and lets me rub his belly. He wriggles on the grass, clearly loving it.
Shucks.
I feel a little bit of third wheel here. Where are my belly rubs? Haha. What a good boy. I'm so flustered I can barely say anything. I just focus on petting Maxwell and hope Brian doesn't notice how much I'm sweating. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling on Brian's lines. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeezing a bit of lemon on them and frying them up in a cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of dudes. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods, totally unscathed. Whoa, Dad bod patrol. I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand you both put your shirts on. There are children present. Brian tosses me my now dry shirt. I pull it over my head, thankful that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs. Where have you guys been? Studying etymology. Entomology. Etymology is where is the evolution of words. Entomology is something else. What? We were playing with bugs. I expected you guys to be more covered in, like, mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for? A child? Amanda puts her hand on Daisy's shoulder. Right. We take a seat around the fire, and Brian serves us so generous piles of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything?
Well...
Fish taste okay? Daisy and Amanda nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great. Oral Harding family recipe. Why are your pants wet? Well, Amanda, we were out there on the lake and then I accidentally tipped over the boat. Don't worry. All the gear floated to the surface, so we didn't lose anything, right, Sean? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I can't believe he just covered for me. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my world-famous sense of humility. What time? What? Cat hair? I haven't seen a cat in months. How is there a cat hair on me? Oh, 7 minutes left. We finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decide to head out. See, if I found someone good at everything, I would just think, I'm glad I don't have to do everything well. They've got this. Mysterious cat hair was on me. After cleaning up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle puddle with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day. I know why I have cat hair all over me, but have you got someone sneaking into your room too? I doubt it. My windows are never open. I would prefer to die of overheating than let a single spider in. Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home. I want to prove that I'm the most awake dad on the block, but yeah, I'm beat. Fine. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window, and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep. Hey, sleepyhead. I open my eyes and realize I dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe away a bit of drool on my chin. Oh, hey. I was resting my eyes. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict. So I'm super awake for it. And ready to fight. With my strong arms. It's all good. You earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. I had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for inviting us. I also had a lot of fun, actually. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah? You too. Take it the easiest. I keep my window open for Lily. She seems to like splatting spiders. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda and I get inside and immediately collapse onto the couch. Long day. Yep. I was so close to that pole saw. Pole saw? Yeah. Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish and... stop! Why do you care so much? Manda Panda. Just look at the guy. He's so obviously got my number, and he's rubbing it in my, rubbing my face in it. Dad, I love you, but you're kind of dumb sometimes. Dumb? Or clearly the superior dad. You know what? I don't have any of the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation on asserting your masculinity. I'm going to bed. Night. Amanda slides off the couch and face down onto the floor. I am a tired slug. Amanda, that floor is disgusting. I don't care. Well, night, honey. Night, Pops. Managing debt is just part of being an adult.
You know what? Let me mow your lawn this weekend. Welcome. You've got dads.
Hey. Oh. Oh. It's 2 minutes until end time. So let's just quickly switch it up a bit. Oh, my mouse, it keeps disappearing. Wait. So, 2 dates done, which means the next episode we should finish up with Brian. Yay. And depending on how long that takes, and depending there's no technical difficulties, we might be able to start on someone else in the same session. Wait, can't believe I actually finished up Forever on time. So, that being said, who is your next guy? I don't know. I'll figure that out next week. I... Fuck off, Bixby. Fuck off! I need your consent before continuing. Like, I wasn't asking for you. Right, so I'll figure out who the next guy will be next week. And, they love you too much to leave you alone. So, that's the plan. And I guess with that, I'm a spy, and I'll see you next time.